distinction between governance, leadership, and management in any NGO. And the governance simply describes the authority and the accountability for the organization. That is the overall authority, like the founder of the organization, the governing board of the organization, and these are the people that are set the long-term goal of the organization. When they set that long-term goal, then all other short-term goals or intermediate goals fall under this are broken down from the long-term goal, so that we can be able to trace back to the long-term goal if we are on track. That is the essence, so that it can be traced, it can be broken down into intermediate goals, into short-term goals, and still traced back into the long-term goal to see if we are still in track with the goal of the organization, with the core value of the organization. Okay, so this governance, it serves, they bring out the long-term goal, they bring about strategies of achieving these goals, the strategies that will be put in place to achieve the goals. Then it is now leadership that will break it down into intermediate goals, into short-term goals, to be able to achieve that overall long-term goal. Okay, so leadership is responsibility, shares the responsibility of the board and the management, and they establish and communicate goals, visions down the line in the organization. And they formulate the mission and the strategies, they break it down to achievable strategies so that they can be able to meet the long-term goal or the overall goal of the organization. All right. Then the last one is management. Management states the exercising of authority within the organization. And in management now, it disintegrates the long-term goal into small achievable activities. And these activities are the ones that will impact the life of their target beneficiaries. And another thing management does is they train and retrain, they carry out briefing, they coordinate team activities within the organization, and they focus on achieving the goal, the overall goal of the organization. And they try as much as possible to focus on efficient handling of the organization and minimize cost of operation. Cost of operation includes the cost within the organization itself and the cost of achieving those activities that will meet the target, the activities set to meet the needs of the target beneficiaries. NGO management, the key functions of management, and the focus of management. Governance is the overall body of the organization. It constitutes the founder and the board of the organization. They are the sole decision-making body of the organization. They are the ones that set down the long-term objective of the organization. They are the ones that set down the strategies you are going to go to achieve those target organizations. Then leadership breaks down this long-term goal of the organization, breaks down the strategy of the one set by the governance.
The governance, yes.
Leadership breaks down the vision. You understand? Governance, that is the founder and the board now. They have a vision. That's why they created the organization. That's what you understand. Now, leadership sees this set down vision, breaks it down into achievable activities, achievable objectives, and directs break down the strategies into how they can achieve it. Activity 1, this, activity 2, that, activity, you understand? So governance is the overall of the whole organization. Leadership breaks down into achievable goals. Proper management of the NGO reflects in the day-to-day activity of the organization. This means if the organization itself is properly managed, proper management results in growth and development of the organization. The key functions of management in any NGO. And the first one here is they relate the long-term vision to current activities, meaning they break down that long-term vision to short, achievable activities. Let me cite an example. The long-term vision of the founder might be computer literacy in Abuja, for instance. Computer literacy in Abuja, that is the long-term vision of governance in that NGO. Now, it is the place of management to break down this vision, that's the broad goal, to achievable activities like computer literacy of so people in Abaji area council. How do we achieve it? Okay, so number of computers will be procured. So capacity hall will be built. Maybe solar light will be provided, or electricity or generator will be provided. Those are activities. Those are the activities that are broken down from the long-term goal or the long-term vision or the vision of the organization. So management breaks it down into small achievable activities to meet the need of the target beneficiary. Now, the second one says they translate the mission and the strategy to viable and achievable objectives. Viable and achievable objectives. Viable in the sense that it is realistic. It is something that can be done. Achievable, it is something that we are not just going to spend money and not get an end result, a positive result. So all the objectives they break it down to must be viable and must be achievable. It is not the one that they will reach half of the project and they suspend. Why? Maybe because it is vague. It was not properly looked into before they started that project. Now, the third one says to ensure that people or stakeholders of the organization do what is expected of them. Now, this is how this one works. It is the place of management to check or to follow up in case the organization relies on donor agencies. Donor in the sense that they don't have the capacity, the financial capacity to carry out the project. So they have to source for external funding to carry out that project. It is the place of management to apply for the support, for the finances, to follow up and to ensure that they get it. Now, that is one aspect. There is another aspect whereby when the target beneficiaries are made aware of intention of the organization, there are instances where the NGO might not be financially capable to carry out all these projects financially. They might now need to go to the target beneficiaries and tell them, for instance, they want to build that computer center. They might tell them that, okay, support us with labor. That is bricklaying, the sand, bringing in water, and other labor needed to build that center. And when it is agreed, it is the place of management to see how this fits into the project so that the finances can go into things like buying the computer, bringing in the furniture. You understand? So the management itself harnesses all resources. They help harness all the resources needed for the organization. Now, the fourth one says, management establish procedures and ensure members of staff abide by them. They establish procedures and ensure members of staff abide by them. Okay. The fifth one says management develops staff through training, through briefing, and through teamwork. That is very important. The sixth one says management promotes efficiency by ensuring that activities are carried out accordingly and at a minimum cost. Just as I mentioned in the case of community effort, from the target beneficiaries. That might be a way of minimizing the cost of the project. Management sees opportunities, that is funding opportunities, to impact services for the beneficiaries. They enhance the public image of the organization. They ensure ethical and legal terms are strictly adhered to. Ethical in the sense that if we are not going to associate with corrupt individuals of the society, then we have to abide by it. If we are not going to employ um, maybe retirees as our management in our management team, we will abide by it. Legal terms in the sense that they have to ensure that they stay away from anything that will take them to court or anything once they don't cross any other person's path. They have to ensure that they adhere to the ethics and the legal terms of the organization. Then the last one says the management monitors the overall performance of the organization. They monitor the overall performance of the organization through review process, reviewing of the project to see how far they have achieved the target objective or not. If it requires review, they will go back to the drawing table and readdress the activities laid down. Focus of management. And here, the focus of management includes efficiency, cost-benefit analysis, logistics, methods, policies and procedures, translating vision to results. Those are focus of management.